Now, I am not gonna do what you did. Let me look at something here.
So we,
Yeah, I ain't reading all the numbers.
remind
I
you.
ain't reading all the
I ain't
numbers
telling you
either.
the discount. You just gotta look with your eyes.
No, I'm gonna, no, that's the only thing.
You gonna say the discount number?
Yeah, because that's a good number.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But here go the discount right here. I'm gonna keep on rolling.
This is all I do. All right, Nadine, here's what it took to get you to say yes, a $2,000 discount. And then I'm going straight over here,
Oh, okay.
okay? I'm not gonna go line by line by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11 lines. I ain't gonna do that. The only other numbers I would highlight would be if there was a trade.
Okay.
I'd highlight it. We love your car, Nadine, and this is what we're gonna buy it for. And then hopefully, tell me if, when the sales managers write up the deals here and there's a trade, do they hit that little button that gives you the trading tax credit?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would highlight
show-
that
we'll
number.
show it to 'em.
I'm only gonna highlight the positive numbers. Discount. What we're gonna buy the trade for, tax credit.
That's right.
Only numbers
They
I'm
highlight
gonna,
it.
but now, am I prepared to answer questions? Yes, I am, because I know customers will ask questions.
What about this bottom number?
Yeah, well, and I'll get to that too. And then I'm going over here, and I'm going to tell the cash and term stories. Dexter, what's good? What's good for when it comes to cash down? What's good about it for the customer?
I mean, you give them a tax break.
No,
No.
it does
Yeah.
not give them a tax break.
It cover your tax title on face so that you don't get upside down on the vehicle.
Okay, that's a little too abstract too.
I know
When-
in Alabama give them a tax break. I don't know. What
Well,
it,
no, in Alabama, I work in Alabama too. You don't get a tax break for putting cash down. You get a tax break for trading the vehicle.
You get, yeah, but I'm saying you get a better value on the when you trade in the vehicle, but you still get a tax break when you put something down.
No, it doesn't. Cash down does not change the tax. Okay, the tax is what it is. All right, on the vehicle that they're purchasing. Now, in Alabama, if I trade in a vehicle, they're only going to tax me on the difference between the two. Okay, but that's got nothing to do with cash down. John, what? Hola, Katia.
¿Cómo está, mi amor?
Bien, bien. John, what's cash down do for the customer?
Just lower the monthly payments.
Doesn't cash down lower the monthly payment?
That is correct.
It just depends on how many
The
how
more,
much you put down.
the more money you put down, the less,
Yeah, the more money,
The less
more,
you
know what
pay.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
The more money you put down,
the less your monthly payment will be.
the less the monthly payment is. What else? What else does
And
cash?
you get to trade in your vehicle and get more money for your trade-in when you trade in. You know how when you put more money down?
You build, okay, you build the cash value so you're not, so there's less chance of negative
Equity you have.
So you can trade it sooner
Sooner.
if you so desire.
Right.
There's two things. What else?
And you get a better rate.
Do we want to talk rate with a customer?
No.
No, we definitely don't want to talk rate with a customer. Okay, so I can't count that.
Okay.
All right. What percentage of your customers that show up here want to save money?
Everyone.
All of them. How do they know how to save money? Grind you on the price, grind you on the trade, right? That's how they know how to save money.
Correct.
I'm going to show Nadine here 2 ways to save money that doesn't cost me money. Okay? Nadine, I've got 3 cash down amounts here, and you can go far beyond that if you want to. Let me tell you what cash does for you. Cash down will lower your payment. Do you want high payments or low payments?
No payments, please.
Cash down will reduce the balance to finance, which will save you money. We've already saved you $2,000. You want to save some more money?
Absolutely.
Reduce the balance to finance, put cash down. Cash down will also give you the ability to trade it sooner if you so desire. So you've got the freedom that lots of people don't have. Every single day, Nadine, people show up here anxious to buy one of our vehicles, but they can't because they owe so much more on their trade than it's worth. So this will help you trade sooner if you so desire. Now, I'm going to give you 3 terms. What's that say? I can't read.
60.
Okay. At 36 months, I'm going to show you the highest payment anybody in the state of Georgia will show you. But this is short-term financing. It'll save you probably $4,000 versus a longer-term payment. So there's another way to save money. You'll pay it off quicker, getting to the dream payment, which is no payment at all, faster, and you can trade it sooner. But at 60 months, this is a great term too because the payment goes way down. But you've also got the financial freedom and flexibility to pay it off early. There is no prepayment penalty, so you can get all the same benefits I showed you here. Just do it in your own time frame. And at 48 months, this is the best of both worlds. All right? So first things first, which one of these cash down numbers is going to work best for you?
10,000.
Now, how many payments does she have to choose from? Just 3. I never give them 9 payments to choose from. Too confusing. Dexter, what's easier to choose? 1 of 3 or 1 of 9?
1 of 3.
1 of 3. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
So the close would sound something like this. Nadine, if you want to save the most money and pay it off quicker, put a check mark by that payment right there. If you want the lowest payment, but the financial freedom and flexibility to pay it off early without paying a prepayment penalty, put a check mark by this one. And if you want the best of both worlds, put a check mark by this one. Then okay that right there. This is how you present the numbers. Dexter, advanced chip. Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, do you have an attorney?
Attorney.
An attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want you to sue them sons of bitches over there.
Yeah.
For malpractice. Okay? They have tried to ruin you. Steve is here to save you.
Okay.
That's good.
See, I want you to sue them, son of a bitch.
Yes.
Good job.
Does it make sense to recap
Yes.
all the benefits?
Right.
Does it make sense not to go line by line by line by line by line? Does it make sense to go over here and start telling the customer all the advantages of putting cash down? And then go over here and talk about the advantage of each term. There's no such thing as a bad term. All terms are good. If there was 120 months on here, I'd come up with good reasons for 120 months. Make it easier for the customer to say yes. Now, we know what's going to happen in the real world. Nadine, start bitching about MotorTrend.
I need my glasses.
Here. Here.
Wow, I didn't realize MotorTrend was $19.99.
Yes.
Any way we can not certify it?
No. Please choose a payment and okay this right down here.
Steve, $2,000 seems an awful lot.
Well, first of all, Nadine, we can't uncertify a vehicle. We can't put the old parts back on, unfix it, put the old oil back in, and throw a load of horse shit into the vehicle to undetail it. Okay? It is certified. You're buying a better vehicle. We spend a ton of money on these vehicles to get them certified so you can have the benefits. All right? All of this is gratis. You don't pay a nickel for this, but we couldn't provide it to you if we didn't certify the vehicle. Now, which one of these payments is going to work best for you? Okay, that right down there.
So you're telling me I'm not going to find a better vehicle for that price?
I'm not telling you you won't, but if you do, we'll cut your check back for the difference. Okay? See how strong this can be?
Yes.
All right, but you gotta get good at it.
So we got to talk about it